Good morning out there in Piper Peach Radio Land. It's Wednesday, April the 29th. It's 7:05 here on Piper Peach Radio. It's the Morning Mayhem. I'm Mike Ellison, and I have a new co-host this morning. Good morning, Mrs. Heather Benton. How are you today?
Good. I'm glad we finally are all on the same page about my last name.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was there some confusion there?
There was a lot of confusion. It's been 3 different things since it started.
Well, I am so sorry. He told me Benton, so
He's got it right this time.
that's what I wrote down originally, and then my hearing is not that great, and I heard you say something to Baden, and I thought you something about your name. I said, "Do I have it right?" And you told me I did. So, welcome though. We're glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. It's a great day outside. It's about 60 degrees. I've got the weather here, Heather, and it says on Wednesday that there's a good chance of showers.
Sounds like Tuesday.
Yeah, it does. But right now it's raining out there, and so I think it's right on. It's pegged the forecast there pretty good. But it's raining out there, and I don't know. I think they said it was going to be maybe in the low 70s today. So, it'll be a comfortable day. It probably won't rain all day, but hey, you know what? It's been so dry. We need every drop.
Yeah, and I definitely needed it to cool off a little bit, too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's getting hot.
Yeah. Well, that does definitely help, too. Tomorrow's going to be cooler also. And then Friday, it was originally not scheduled to rain, but it looks like the rain's going to come back in, and it looks like all afternoon now. It says we're going to get about an inch for that 24-hour period. That's the forecast. Today, it's, changes.
Wait 10 minutes, it'll change.
There you go. Exactly. That's right. So who knows exactly, but looks like we're going to get some of that nice still spring weather, that the 70s, highs in the 70s, which is very comfortable out there. Hey, here on the Morning Mayhem, we have a great list of sponsors, and I want to just thank a couple of them right now. That's Chilton Mobile Home Supply and Central Alabama Wellness, which, of course, is just right across the Shelby County line there, going into Calera. But we're glad and appreciate all of you, you two in particular, and we'll be talking about the others here in a minute. Well, Heather, tell us, you are a media sales specialist here at Piper Peach Radio. And you just started, right?
I started Monday. Yeah.
Started Monday, and today is Wednesday. So how about that? Well, I know that you're filling in for Chrissy Lee this morning, and we appreciate that. And we wish our best to Chrissy Lee and her family. But tell us a little bit about Heather Benton.
Oh, goodness. I kind of ended up here on accident. I saw Baden posted on Facebook they were looking for radio personalities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there wasn't really any instruction or an application, so I sent him what I thought was a good resume as to what qualified me.
Okay.
I'll have to pull that up.
Yeah, I would love to see that or hear it. Have you quote some of it?
All right, let's see.
So you saw the job posted on Facebook, or
On
where did you see? On Facebook? Okay.
Let's see. My qualifications. I have enough opinions for me and you both.
Okay, well, that's probably checks off one of the boxes he has.
I make my own homemade granola, and yes, it's better than the store brand.
Oh, I know my wife is listening. She's probably got her attention right there.
I'm very easy to kidnap.
Okay, like gullible?
No, it's just I just don't. I guess I don't meet a stranger.
Okay,
And
I see. Okay,
that's led to some sticky situations.
I see. I got you. That's a good way to put it. So apparently he liked it, and here you are.
Here I am.
Well, we're glad to have you. We really are. So, where did you grow up? Are you from Chilton County, or where did you grow up?
I grew up right over the bridge in Shelby.
Oh, I know, right off of what we call the Charlie B. Cox Highway.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if you probably wouldn't know Mr. Cox, but he was a long-time servant here in Chilton County. But I know Shelby very well. Our daughter just got married out at the Henley House. You know where that is? Out it's just a mile or so out of town, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
It's real close. People would say, "Oh, that's Columbiana." I said, "Well, it's closer to Shelby."
You could argue that about the whole town.
Yeah, I guess you could. So, where did you go to high school?
So my homeschool was Shelby County Homeschool, but I
Okay.
went to what everybody refers to as the Shelby County Hair Care and Tire Center. So the trade school right there in Columbiana.
Care, Care and Tire Center, right in Columbiana.
Yes, sir.
And when did you finish?
I finished in 2014.
2014. Okay, so you've been out a little while.
A little while.
Yeah. Well, what's been happening since 2014?
Let's see. We've gone through about 2.5 college degrees,
Okay.
settled down, got married, had us a little girl.
Yeah, you were mentioning her earlier that she had slept through the night, maybe? Is that what you said?
She's always been a really good sleeper, but I think we finally moved her bedtime back a little bit, so she's sleeping in a little more. So
Okay.
that's nice.
I see. Okay, so you're still working on that. It's always a work in progress.
Oh, never
'Cause
ends.
they're never our little girl. She's 23 now. But she didn't sleep real good, and then we got the tubes in her ears, things, and it helped, and been pretty good ever since. Now it's like get up, get up. No, I'm kidding.
See, and I wonder if Murphy's gonna flip because she's always slept Murphy.
Okay, that's
She's
a
always
sweet
slept
name.
so great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
waiting on that flip or script to flip.
Well, you said a year and a half, right? So
Yeah.
well, that is really exciting. So what made you think this was going to be the kind of job that you would like?
Well, that's kind of on my list of things to talk about today. Is there's an absolute job crisis out there right now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, have you been on the Facebook community pages or anything?
No, I don't guess so.
Every other post is people who's hiring, and I mean it's hard. So when I came across Baden's and just sent him my resume, I didn't expect anything back, and here I am.
And here you are. We're glad to have you and wish you the very best. And listen now, the way we play it is we're just talking and I haven't even paid attention if anybody signed on this morning, but
I probably
usually
need to pull
follow
that
it.
up.
We usually follow it and say good morning to them as we see them. At least that's what we try to do. So let's see, what do we got here? We're on there. There we are. They've got peaches behind us, just like that on that TV up there. But I also want to thank a couple other sponsors before we go to our first break here in a minute. I want to thank Mike Baker and the folks over at Coca-Cola. And that's what we do.
Pop a top again.
Yeah, exactly. We let him know. He hears that. He knows that we're talking about him. I saw an article, and also I want to thank Larry Puckett Chevrolet down in Prattville. Has the largest lot, I think, in the state of Alabama, down there in Prattville. I've been there many times. I used to be a claims adjuster, so I went in their body shop. Saw an old guy from Clinton named Sonny Jacks worked in that shop for a long time. But anyway, I never realized how big it is. But when you hear that it's the biggest and you see it again, you're like, wow, that's a lot of cars out there. So anyway, we want to thank them for being a sponsor here on the Morning Mayhem here at the Clanton Tractor Studio. I'm trying to see. I don't have anything yet this morning, but we've still got the community on our community announcements brought to us by the Chilton Chamber of Commerce. This weekend, this Saturday, Heather, is the first annual Songwriters Arts and Crafts Festival. That is kind of a co-sponsorship. We had the folks on. We had Deanna and Larry. I believe it was Larry Wallace and Deanna on from the Central Alabama Arts Alliance, and they talk about they had worked together to put this together, and they had like I want to say 25 vendors coming, setting up for this Arts and Crafts Festival, and Larry had about 15 or 16 acts going throughout the whole day.
Are those local acts? Or
Well,
just
I think there are some,
Okay.
who are local. I really don't know. I don't remember him going into where they were all from. He was he's part of a band. I forget the name of his band, but Larry was I enjoyed meeting him and talking with him. I'll just say it the way I would always look at it. He's just a good old rock and roller, and he's having a good time, and he's putting together this festival. But that's all day, and it's at the Dixie Hideaway, which is down around outside of Verbena, a few miles. I think it's on County Road 24. But that's this Saturday. It's all day. I think it starts around 10. So that sounds like that'd be a lot of fun. And starting in May, I don't know if you've heard or not, Heather, but here in Clanton, they're going to have a Clanton Farmers Market on Mondays.
Love a farmer's market.
From 5 to 7 p.m.
That's
Now,
nice. Most of them close at lunch.
All I've ever seen, farmers markets are like get there as early as possible and then sell out as quick as possible, and then you go. So, but that's going to be every Monday. I want to talk more about that with you. Get your thoughts on that here in just a minute. We'll look at 7:15 with the Morning Mayhem. We've got Heather and Mike this morning. Glad to have you guys along with us. And we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsor here on the Morning Mayhem.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984.
All right, we're back here, Piper Beach Radio. Got Heather and Mike here on Morning Mayhem. Again, it's Wednesday. You know, I'm reminded of the old adage, April showers bring May flowers. You got any flowers planted that need some rain?
Black thumb. Any plant I touch is sure to die, and I'm probably about to get blamed for the flowers out front.
Okay, well, all right then. Well, then stay away from the inside plants. That'd be my advice at that point.
Yeah.
That point. So, but we have a few flowers. My brother is a landscape professional over in Georgia, and he's always helped us. We probably had 2 or 3 houses. I've had 2 or 3 houses over my life, and he's pretty much landscaped them all, or at least give me the plans for it, you know. And so we have something blooming different times during the spring, like every week. You know, we have we had some azaleas till the deer ate them. They used not to eat our deer, and all of a sudden it's like they've decided that's a good dish, and they
deer you kind of adopted?
No. I should be waiting on the porch for them when they come to snack, and you know, lay one on the ground there for a few days and see if that helps keep the others away.
You may as well go ahead and name them.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I thought about that. I count deer all the time. Heather, walking around. We live out in the country, or I call it the country, and I just see these deer all the time, and I go, I wonder if that's the same ones, you know, that I'm seeing every time, or are they just drifting, you know, back and forth and like nomads looking for the green grass or whatever they eat.
I think they stay in one place for a little bit.
Oh, I'm sure they do, but
who knows?
But yeah, I don't know for sure. That's what I was saying. I wish I could tag them, or you know, if they would, if I knew them better. But I see them a lot. But we have flowers, like I said, going every other week. There's something else blooming. Waiting now for a amaryllis. Familiar with that?
Nope, we're gonna have to Google that one.
Well, it's it's a bulb. We planted it 20 years ago, and it comes up every spring. Now or at least in the past, we used the leaves would come out, or whatever, the stalk would come out, but no flowers. Beautiful stalk, no flowers for years. Finally, one year the flower came out. It was just giant bulb, bust out. And last year I think we had like 3 or 4, which is just wow. We never had 3 or 4. This is just one bulb, okay? At least I assume it's the same bulb I put in the ground, 20 years ago. But anyway, it's just cool to watch it, and it's we got one big flower about to bust open. In fact, I didn't look this morning; it could be open today. But I don't know if this rain, if that'll help it come out faster, or if it'll slow it down a little bit. But that's what's going on right now. We have an English dogwood it looks like a regular dogwood tree, but it's more like a dogwood bush. Pretty neat looking. My brother, again, he recommended it, and we put it in the yard, and it looks great, and it's got about 500 flowers on it right now. Real pretty. But anyway, that's what's going on in April. It's not even May yet. But, boy, I have got so much work to do around my house right now, in the yard work.
We just moved. At this point, just you got to start completely over. And it's just, the yard needs so much work. We finished inside the house, so that's good. But the outside.
Take some pictures of it so that when you do fix it up like you want it,
you can
celebrate.
See.
You can say, hey, look what we did. And then, of course, the fun part is Heather is maintaining it, for 25 years.
Oh, that is not my job.
Hey, I see Jamie Edwards has signed on with us this morning. Good morning, Jamie. Glad to have you on with us, all you folks out there. Let us know you're out there. But, we talked about the farmer's market, and I wanted to circle back to that, Heather, because the timing on this has caught my attention. The fact that it's a farmer's market is great, obviously gives our farmers another place they can sell their wares, their produce and fruits and vegetables, whatever. And like I said, I think I've already said this. Every time I talk about this, I'm afraid I bring it up. But it's that, that's normally something that's an early morning thing.
Oh,
at least in my life, it's always, but this is 5 to 7 p.m. And you thought that was a great idea.
Yes. I love it. I don't want to leave the house at 6 o'clock in the morning to drive up and everything already be sold out by the time I get there because I got stuck in traffic. So this is right here at home.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I can just go have dinner and shop around, find some sourdough.
There you go. We have a friend of ours that makes sourdough, and she's brought a couple of loaves over recently. Oh my gosh, that is the best bread.
It's therapeutic to make.
Oh, I know. Well,
takes
is it
forever.
okay? Well, yeah, my wife, she retired a few years ago from Jemison High School. She was the culinary arts instructor, and she had this beautiful commercial kitchen that she would teach from, and
We're going to have to get you to start bringing her around more.
I have tried to get her, but she's like afraid of this microphone.
She can sit out front with me.
There you go. That's right.
We'll just hang out.
But she also is quite renowned for her double chocolate chip cookies.
We're going to have
It's
to
kind of
test
like a
those.
special request all the time for these particular cookies. Hey, I just see an old friend of mine. I hate to say old friend, Belinda. Please don't stop watching because I use that phrase. But a good friend of mine from school back in the day, Belinda Shirley, and forgive me if I don't get this right, Demergen. She lives down in Louisiana. She's from Chilton County. Apparently, she's heard about it or seen it, and I appreciate the fact that I see you that you're watching, and I hope you'll continue to do so. And I hope all's well. I know you were up here for your mom's big birthday. I think she said she turned 90. My dad is about to be 91. But anyway, it's good to have you on with us, Belinda. Well, Heather, I like to do these things. I tell you what, before we go any further, let me recognize a couple more of our sponsors. We have Putter Up, which is in Pelham. They currently have a spring into April special going on right now. Putt golf, all you want, $10 during Monday through Thursday, weekday, unlimited holes. They're at this. If you've seen this place, Heather, up on Highway 31 in Pelham, it used to be a school, and now they have redeveloped it into a retail.
Like a little, what do you even call
I
that?
I
It's
don't
like a
know.
little strip mall?
I used to call it a strip mall. Exactly. And so this.
But it's like all hangout places.
Yeah, exactly. Like this.
Yeah.
The Putter Up is there, and Putter Up. I've seen the video on the inside of it. Just walk right in. It's got all these cool lighting features going on. You know, things that kids and families love. But that's going on right now. And then I also want to thank Bama Benefits and Kim Robinson for being one of our sponsors here on the Morning Mayhem. So here we are. I have this thing I like to do, and hopefully others will. Are you a Dear Abby or, Dear Annie kind of fan?
So these are like anonymous.
Supposedly people write in with their problems, and these people give this called an advice column.
Okay, I'm following.
All right, so we have this right here. So I don't know. I know not all families live in harmony, unfortunately, right? They don't. But here's this one. It says, Dear Annie, my parents won't respect my boundary about my estranged sister. Okay? I mean, really, you could almost stop there.
We're in a
if you
tight
wanted
spot.
to.
Yeah.
Right. But this is a story about a lady or letter from a lady to Annie Lane is her name. She's an advice columnist that I read. And it says that she's in her 40s, and she points out that she lives several states away from her mama and her sister. Apparently her sister lives right next door to mama, helps take care of mama. So they're very similar to what we have at our house.
Okay.
We live, when we built our house, Heather, we built on her family's land. They gave us some land. We got married. We built a house. We've been there 25 years. And her mom lives, as we call it, across the holler.
Little family compound.
That's right, a little family compound. That's right. Her sister and brother live there. My son lives there, so there's still room for more. We've got some land. We're very blessed. But she says that her relationship with her parents has always been strained because, she says, of her sister, okay? And it says, for the last 25 years, I've been estranged from my sister. In other words, she doesn't want anything to do with her sister, which, again, it says, but this issue always comes up whenever I consider visiting. If my parents know I'm coming, my mother almost always tells my sister and tries to arrange some kind of family get-together. Mom's still holding out hope, apparently, that sisters will get along. What she doesn't seem to accept is that I do not want to contact with my sister. Our estrangement is not about some petty misunderstanding or old sibling rivalry, even though it's exactly that. She hurt me deeply years ago, and despite the passage of time, I have no desire to reconnect. I have tried explaining this calmly, but in my family, boundaries only seem to register when I make them impossible to ignore. In other words, she's going to have to speak up, sounds like. I am at the point where I feel I must be very direct. If I come to visit, my sister cannot be invited over while I'm there. If my parents can't respect that, then I simply won't stay with them or see them during my trip. I do have close friends in town, so I'm not without options. In fact, I have visited before and chosen not to see my parents at all because the stress did not feel worth it. How do I make this boundary clear without turning it into an even bigger family drama? And if they ignore me, how do I hold firm without feeling like the villain? Signed, Drawing the Line.
I feel like context is almost required for this, because what is the unforgivable thing she did? Because if she stole my favorite shirt when we were 15,
Yeah.
I think we might be
That would-
overreacting a little bit.
Oh, you think it would be? I was thinking, favorite shirt.
No, I've got 3 sisters.
Yeah.
My clothes were their clothes, and their clothes were my clothes.
Yeah. That's the way it was for our daughter when she got to be a teenager. Suddenly she was about mom's size, and she's had her whole new wardrobe.
Oh, yeah.
But
Don't
of course,
even
it
need
worked
to
the
go
other way around too. All right, but here's what Annie says: "Dear Drawing the Line, a boundary is not a punishment; it is a condition for peace. Say it plainly and kindly. You would love to see your parents, but you will not visit if your sister is included. Then comes the hard part: meaning it. If they ignore your wishes, do not argue; just make other plans. People who do not respect boundaries are often shocked to discover they are real. You're not the villain for protecting yourself. Sometimes the healthiest family visit is the one with a firm exit plan." Well, I don't know what the answer is, to all that, but Annie she has to make some
a
assumptions.
good
You were
answer,
just saying
yeah.
you needed context, and I agree. Every time you hear one of these, you need context, but we don't have that, so we just have to run
use
with
what we got.
it. Exactly, that's right. So I fortunately have a good relationship with my brother, great relationship with my brother, love him to death, and my dad is in a nursing home down in Florida. He had a stroke about a year ago, and he's doing quite well, all things considered, but at the same time, I can't relate to that. I can't relate to the family
The
drama. Yeah, exactly. So my advice is I'm like Mom. I would like to see them reconnect.
Yeah.
That would be better. But anyway, sometimes I was looking for one. There's one lady that's called Miss Manners. Okay, and she really talks more about good manners and bad manners and that kind of stuff.
Etiquette.
So, well, and it is, but there's a lot of families out there that have relationships like that.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm glad to know that you and your sisters, didn't hurt each other when y'all growing up.
I didn't say that.
Okay. Well, we'll get more into that. Hopefully the statute of limitations has expired.
Oh, yeah. And we were minors. You can't touch us.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, it's 7:34. We're a little past our break time here on Piper Beach Radio with Heather and Mike. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mims Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mims Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
The plans you have for your property need the right equipment. Kubota has reliable tractors, utility vehicles, and mowers to help you make the most of your land, along with strong dealer support. Stop by today to explore our lineup. Right now, bring home select Kubota BX Series with 0% financing available or save up to $1,500. Now through February 28th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Get by Clanton Tractor today or visit ClantonTractor.com.
All right, we're back here on Piper Beach Radio, Morning Mayhem. Heather and Mike got Heather Benton with me first time today. You're doing great, Heather. You're doing great. I'll just say that. But when I make a joke, Heather, I expect you to laugh a little bit
You
louder.
need more from me? Okay.
Yeah, I need more.
I'll get on that.
Exactly. That's very good. See, so you got me going. That's good. Hey, later today we've got a special guest. I think we have, I believe Baden said it was Roger Perkins. He is a member of the Chilton County Commission. They are the, the government for the county, if you will. And he's going to come in. We've got a new courthouse being built. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it looks like, it's really nice building. Very professional looking. Looks like a courthouse. And I got to tour. We got to tour it. Taylor and I got to tour it last week with the Commissioner Bone, and his brother went with us, and I was just so impressed with it. I mean, there was stuff everywhere. Workers probably shouldn't have been in there, but at the same time, gave you a real sense of what the undertaking of getting everything, because they called it a package deal. That they also Commissioner Childress was there too. I forgot Alan Childress. They called it a package deal. They built a building, but they also got all the new furniture and stuff coming with it. I don't know if you've seen our courthouse downtown here, or actually I guess it's behind us where we're sitting. But it was built around 1960, 61, 62, and it is a rectangular brick box. And I mean, they put a nice front on it, but it's just aesthetically, it's just not a whole lot there. And it's right in the middle of town. There's no parking. It's.
Oh no, I remember the parking.
Yeah, it's okay. It's it's not ideal, but the town kind of grew around it, if you will, if that makes sense. Well, now it's, what is that? Maybe a mile from town.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it might be. It might even be further, but it's not that far. But it's out there, and it's sitting by itself on, I don't know how many acres it's sitting on. And they have done a fantastic job of landscaping. I was talking about flowers earlier and how my brother, but I've got to get him out there and let him see what they did, because it's so impressive. But anyway, we've got Roger, Commissioner Perkins coming on at 8, or sometime right around 8 o'clock. So we got that to look forward to. I am kind of a sports nut. How do you feel about sports? What are your favorite things?
My
Heather?
husband loves sports.
He
So
does?
I'm a sports fan by association.
By default.
By default.
Yeah.
Last night he made me some ribs and wanted to watch baseball.
So you went along with that.
I
for
ate
the
ribs and I watched baseball.
There you go. Who'd you watch last night? You remember?
Oh, he's the biggest Braves fan.
Oh, the Braves were
Number
on.
one fan.
And who did they play? I know who they played. Do you remember?
It has a D in the logo.
That's right.
I knew that much.
The Detroit Tigers, or as some people would say, Detroit. I preferred the word Detroit. That's the way I always heard it. It's the way my granddaddy said it, so that's the way I say it. Deal with it, Michigan.
I hadn't even thought
Actually,
of it until you said
nobody
that.
from Michigan complains, I guarantee you. But yeah, I saw the Braves won. They're like one of the hottest teams in baseball right now. They have the best record in baseball. They're 21-9. So they play 162 games, Heather. So this is after 30 games. So this is about 1/5 or 20% of the season. I mean, it's hard to believe. They start in the end of March, and they run all the way till October. So I mean that's a long season.
Every hot month.
Every day they're playing. I mean that's like 180 days, and they play 160 games. So there's not a lot of off days in there, But they're definitely playing. And Taylor,
Yeah.
who sits she's co-host with me. Her brother is playing minor league baseball. He's a professional baseball player. Played here at Chilton County High School. Played 4 years at Mississippi State University, and got drafted by the New York Yankees. And he is in their farm system now, playing up in Hudson Valley, the Renegades, I believe. So he's playing for them.
Maybe next year we'll be watching him on.
Oh, I know. I'm pulling for him hard. Pico Khan is his name. But, man, he's a good pitcher. All right, so, in fact, his Yankees are in first place in the American League East. They lead Tampa Bay by a game and a half. They have 20 wins and 10 losses, so that's a really good record for baseball. But I was looking at these standings, and they really are. I don't know. With the teams are playing interleague games now. So it used to be you played if you're in the American League, you played only American League teams during the regular season, and then it wasn't until the World Series that you would play a team from the National League.
Shane was telling me about that the other day.
Okay, I mean,
and he was trying to make it make sense, but
okay, all right. So you got two leagues. You got the American League. If you see on this page is the National League.
Okay.
And you got 15 teams in each. Used to be 16 teams in the National League and 14 in the American League. That kind of messed things up. Houston Astros moved from the National League over to the American League, even things up. Okay, so I say all that to say that
now everybody plays everybody, right?
they do, but the emphasis is still you play the majority of your games in your league and in your own division, in your own league, but you still play an awful lot of they used to call it interleague games. I don't even know if they call it that anymore. I don't know what they call it. I mean, they opened the season this year with interleague games, which just blew my mind. But they pretty much have to have at least one interleague game every day. If you've got 15 teams and you're going to have 15 games, you don't have an even number of teams. In other words, that you get an even number of matchups in your own league. But anyway, so what I say all that to say, Heather, is that it used to be the wins and losses in each league would be equal, right? One game, one team wins, one team loses, right? But now with the interleague, it doesn't play that way. So I'm looking at these standings, and it's really weird because Detroit, the team that played the Braves yesterday, are first place in the Central Division in the American League, but they've only got a record of 15 wins and 15 losses. Not usually first place record. So you look in the West, and you have the Athletics, which is what they go by now. They used to be I think they were the Philadelphia Athletics, then the Kansas City Athletics, then the Oakland Athletics. Now they're just the Athletics. Next year, I think their stadium will be ready. They'll be the Las Vegas Athletics. Money. But they're 15 wins and 14 losses. All the other teams in the American League, besides New York, Tampa Bay, and Detroit, and the Athletics have losing records. Well, you go over to the National League, and you have, I said the Braves were 21-9, but every other team in the East is below 500. In the Central Division, every team in the Central Division is over 500, meaning they have more wins than they have losses, which is really unusual. I mean, it's only 20% in. That's why I mentioned the 30 games out of 160, simply because
We're still early.
exactly, and it might not matter in another 130 games. But right now, you have unusual. You have 5 teams in the Central Division in the National League who have a 500 plus record. I don't know. It's just unusual. But the Dodgers, who are defending champions, are lurking again. They're 20-10. That's just one game, behind the Braves for the best record in the National League. But when you look at the games behind, you have the New York Mets are 10.5 behind the Atlanta Braves. That's the largest deficit of any team in Major League Baseball right now. But hey, we cover on Piper Beach Radio. We cover high school baseball and softball, and I think we have a series coming up this weekend, don't we, Baden? Is that Thorsby? Maplesville, excuse me. And who do they play? You remember? Okay, we'll get that up at the next break. But anyway, it's 7:46, so we're going to go ahead and take our quick break here, and we'll be back in a few minutes here on Piper Beach Radio. You've got Heather and Mike.
You have for your property need the right equipment. Kubota has reliable tractors, utility vehicles, and mowers to help you make the most of your land, along with strong dealer support. Stop by today to explore our lineup. Right now, bring home select Kubota BX Series with 0% financing available or save up to $1,500. Now through February 28th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Get by Clanton Tractor today or visit ClantonTractor.com.
Need care fast? Come see us at Children Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it. Looking to save some money and keep your vehicle running smooth? Head to McSweeney Auto Group for their oil change special, just $29.95. Mark your calendar for March 11th, 12th, and 13th, and again, March 26th, 27th, and 28th. And that's not all. This special will continue the 2nd and 4th weeks of April and May, giving you 3 full months of savings. Here's how it works. Take a quick test drive and receive your oil change voucher. It's that simple. Offer valid Tuesday through Thursday only. Excludes high performance and diesel oil changes.
All right, we're back here, 7:48 here on Piper Beach Radio. Got Heather Benton and Mike here on the Morning Mayhem. We're glad to have you again. How's it? How you feeling so far?
So far, better than expected. I keep feeling like I ought to be nervous, and it just hadn't come yet.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you're not. There's really nothing to be nervous about. I mean, we're just talking and having fun. And hey, I do want to recognize a couple of our other sponsors, though. Here you go. I've got them right here. I've got This and That Vinyl. I know you saw their commercial just a minute ago. Work out anytime, right down here. And they do mean anytime.
Best time to work out is 2 a.m.
It's not.
No one else is in there. It's the best time.
Oh, the best time.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. Well, now I guess it would just be whatever you can fit in your schedule, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then Farmers Furniture is a relatively new sponsor for us. So we appreciate each of you here on Morning Mayhem. Well, Heather, we were just talking about the Major League Baseball, and I want to just quickly go over, and then we can talk about anything else. in the NBA, they've got the playoffs going on, the first round of playoffs, and one of the best teams. In fact, the team with the best record in the East, the Detroit Pistons, are on the brink of being eliminated. In the first round, they are playing the 8th-seeded Orlando Magic, who I believe got in via what they call the play-in, and some convoluted playoffs method that they.
Basketball is really hard for me to follow. I'm
it's
not
like
gonna
it's
lie.
not it's not a matter of being in the top 8 anymore. They're just trying to They're just trying to keep more.
I feel like it's
interest in the
always more
game.
rules.
Well, it's
Like
more
they're
rules.
ever changing.
Yeah, it is. It is. You're definitely right. But Orlando had been playing pretty well, right towards the end of the season. But at the actual end, I think some people got hurt or whatever. They were limping into the playoffs. But they were one of those dangerous teams, that you run into sometimes. And they're the 8th seed in the East, and they're about to beat the top seed. They beat them Monday night, 94-88. They play game 5, so the Magic's up 3 games to 1. They play game 5. That's tonight in Detroit at 6 o'clock. So the Pistons are looking to try to stave off elimination. I mean, they got to win 3 in a row. They won 60 games this year, and one of the best records in basketball. And it looks like they're about to get kicked out. But that's the playoffs for you.
That's how the turntables turn.
Exactly right. Well, the defending champs in NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they eliminated the Phoenix Suns on Monday night, 131-122. And the Denver Nuggets staved off elimination for another night. They beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 125-113, but Minnesota still leads that series. I think
there's production again.
Yeah, I think it's.
I have full faith in you.
Our camera went out.
Just a little timeout. There we go.
I'm actually still here. Sorry. But, hey, we're real high tech here, man. That's all I can tell you. But anyway, I had to jar the camera loose. But anyway, I was saying about Denver and Minnesota, their first round series is 3-2 in favor of Minnesota, who is the lower seed or higher seed rather. They do not play tonight. I guess they'll be playing on Thursday. But last night's action, I tell you, there's a team to me that is surprising besides the Magic, are the Philadelphia 76ers. I mean, they're down 3 games to 1. They're playing at Boston last night, playing the second-seeded Celtics in the East, trailing 3 games to 1 in their series. It's the best of 7, so they have to win 4. The first one to win 4 wins the series. But they were down 3-1, but they won 113-97 in Boston last night. I mean, and Joel Embiid, their center, he just had a monster game. And so that series is now 3-2, heads back to Philadelphia, I believe. I think that'll be Thursday or maybe Friday. But anyway, another series, which looked like this team was in trouble. The New York Knicks have now come back and taken a 3-2 lead over the Atlanta Hawks. They won big last night in Madison Square Garden, 126-97, to take a 3-2 lead. They've now won 2 in a row in their series. And so the San Antonio Spurs were able to eliminate the Portland Trail Blazers last night, 114-95 to close out that series 4-1. The Spurs have a player, Heather, named Victor Wembanyama. Can you say that?
Not 5 times fast.
Yeah, Wembanyama, 7'4".
Wait, no, I've seen this guy. I've seen the memes where it's like the 6'8" basketball players or whatever standing next, and he's towering over.
Oh yeah,
them.
he's literally head and shoulders above them, as they say. But he had taken a fall, I think during game 1 and suffered a concussion. And so these days
They take that serious.
Yeah, sports they take it much more serious, mainly because of all the older players who have suffered from whatever, CTE, whatever that, I can't remember exactly what that stands for, syphilis, something, I don't remember. But anyway, a brain injury, basically. But he missed a couple of games, but they still managed to win. And then the other games, there's 2 other games on tonight's slate. You've got Cleveland and Toronto, the Cavaliers and the Raptors are tied 2 games apiece. Their game's at 6:30. It's in Cleveland. And then the Houston Rockets. That's one team I've liked to follow in the NBA. They have a couple guys from Auburn. Jabari Smith, who was on our Final Four team a few years ago. Anyway, but his team is trailing the Los Angeles Lakers 3-1. Their game 5 is tonight, 9 o'clock on ESPN. L.A. with LeBron James looking to close out that first round series. So there's the NBA for us. I always like to talk about what I consider feel-good stories. Let me see if I got this response back from this friend of mine. No, I didn't hear from him. I asked you during the break, Heather, about camping, and you said...
Oh, I love it.
All right, and you also said that y'all had a camper. So
Yes.
you don't like
Don't
right now with the rain, you wouldn't want to be out in a tent
No,
somewhere
absolutely not.
trying to keep the water, from
No.
the groundwater from soaking you, huh?
I need
Well,
a bed, an actual bed.
a bed.
With a kitchen.
Well, you see what this looks like. This is a tent at Oak Mountain Park. And
Okay,
they
that's
call
an
it-
acceptable tent. That's borderline a house.
It looks like it. It's a really thin, I guess, I don't know. After watching some of these things I see on these wildlife encounters, you see these, like a bear tearing through a tent and stuff. It's like, I don't know,
put me
man.
down for that.
Yeah,
I'm
put
not
me
that
down.
kinda
Let me
outdoorsy.
stay in the truck. At least I got a better shot. But anyway, glamping is the term that's used. It's kind of glamorous camping, I guess.
That's what I like.
Is that? Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I've talked to my wife about it, trying to get her, let's go camping somewhere. She says, well, what about the facilities? That's the main question.
Now, are you talking about like at campgrounds
Just
or just in general?
in general camping.
if
But
you
yeah,
go
it would be a campground.
Okay, campground. Okay, so they have like bath houses.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
We shower in the camper. Do not put me down for that. But if you were in a tent, you could still shower. You could still
Yeah.
have a commode, like an actual restroom.
Right, exactly. True. That's her thoughts, I
Yes.
think.
We're not holding off of a tree. We're not doing that.
But Alabama State Parks have outfitted these tents with decks, ceiling fans, decorator sheets, and expanded their campgrounds there at Oak Mountain State Park. It's like you won't be roughing it when you're staying in these tents. Now, I happen to know a friend of mine who works with the city of Pelham, and he told me I was talking about this, and he said that they had to close this down out there temporarily because
I just know it's an animal.
there were some code issues
Okay.
that they had not met. I don't know exactly what
I
it
thought
was.
we were about to turn towards mountain lions. I was
Oh
like,
no.
nope.
I
Canceled.
meant yeah.
No, just some code enforcement. We're good.
Yeah, well, hopefully. But anyway, it's very interesting, and they're doing it because they want to expand the people that come to their park.
Oh yeah.
The people that come now are outdoors people rather, and they tend to focus more on that. But here you got a chance to expand it, to, like I was talking about my wife and maybe some others from that side of the ledger who'd be interested in going and camping and glamping. But when you see this picture, you've got 2, I guess, queen size beds and
I see a ceiling fan.
yeah,
That's important.
That's right.
We need airflow.
Electricity.
Oh
you know.
yes.
But anyway, I think they had some issues, and that's why I was trying to reach out to my friend to see if they'd gotten that squared away yet and reopened, because immediately the city had to close them down because they had these code violations. I mean, I don't know if you consider them major or not. He didn't go into great detail, so I have no idea what it was that they, what violations there were, but just that there were some
Hopefully
violations.
it's just some small nitpick things.
Yeah, hopefully it was, like, you need to cover this. Well, listen, it is 7:59. It's we made it through the first hour. Congratulations. You did it. We don't have to take a selfie or something here in a minute and say, hey, you did it.
I
But no,
survived
we'll
mine.
be right back here on Piper Beach Radio with Heather and Mike at 7:59. Stay tuned. We'll have Chilton County Commissioner Roger Perkins on right after these words from our sponsors.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984.
All right, here we are back on Piper Beach Radio. Good morning. It's 8:03 here on Wednesday, April the 29th. Hey, Roger, April's just about gone. I hope you got all your April work list done.
No. No, but it's almost over. Man, years fly by.
I know they do.
Years fly by.
They really do.
Yeah.
I was giving some perspective to my wife's nephew. He just turned 44, I think. And I'm 65, so he's a little younger. And he was talking about something that we had done at our property when we first built it 24 years ago. I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "Think about it." I said, "You've lived 4 more years than you were 20 years old at that time when we were doing that."
Oh, yeah.
He started going. You can see as the numbers working in his head. Yeah, it does go by fast. So let's enjoy it while we're here. And now we're so glad you're here. Roger Perkins with the Chilton County Commission is here. And Roger, you wanted to give us some updates. You said you guys had a meeting last night.
Well, first of all, I like you new get up, your new studio.
Oh, you
setup.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to have to meet you in the peach orchard or something, but it's not really.
Well,
It's a green screen. So
there is the peach orchard behind us, as you can see that
we
on
can
the screen.
we can go anywhere in the world in here.
Yeah, I don't know if
So-
it's, that
Does it
doesn't have
move?
any effect on it. I guess that's what the weather people.
No.
And
Yeah,
these,
so-
these are the peaches.
It's some, yeah, that's right.
I need some work.
We need some training.
I need some practice.
Yeah, I think so. No, I mean, a couple of updates. You know, end of the month commission update. We got the archery park is finally fully operational.
That's up at Manuka.
It's up at Manuka.
Yep.
In Jemison.
Yep.
It's a full 60-yard range. We got that up and running. I guess one of the biggest things I wanted to make an announcement, so to speak. We did it during our meeting, and I know it's been publicized, but courthouse move.
Courthouse moves.
So-
The new courthouse. We were talking about this morning a little bit.
We got some of the departments have already started their move, a transition over to the new location on 145 and Robert Threlkill Boulevard right there.
Robert Threadkill Boulevard.
That's
How
the,
nice.
That's the new street name.
That's wonderful.
And
What a fine fella he was.
Yeah. So I didn't pick the name, but
Yeah.
that's what they told me it was called.
Oh, he was good. It's a good name. Good
Awesome.
good name.
Awesome.
You guys did good.
So the final move, so for the public to know, the courthouse will be closed beginning on Memorial Day, which is the 25th. Now we do have Memorial Day activities, they'd always done the Memorial Day program down here downtown.
Yep.
With the bunch of stuff. So it's going to be held out at the new facility.
Where you move those monuments, right? Of our
Yes, all
fallen
the-
soldiers from Chilton County.
Yes, sir.
So
all
that's
those
going to be at
have
the
been-
new courthouse.
It will be. The
Okay.
Memorial Day service will be at the new courthouse
That's on Lay Dam
over there.
Highway.
But it will be the courthouse will be closed all the way through June the 1st, and it will reopen on June the 2nd. So from May the 25th through June the 1st, courthouse will be closed, and it will open June the 2nd. So and then the dedication day, which is grand opening day, will be Monday, June the 29th at 10 a.m. So that'd be the dedication day.
Are we
Well,
doing
that
anything
is-
cool for the grand opening?
I think they've got a lot of dignitaries coming, and they're still in the planning process, but it's going to be a big shindig.
Oh, this will be a big
Okay.
deal. It's
Yeah.
a big deal. I mean,
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
a big deal.
I mentioned earlier to you that we were talking about the new courthouse in the first hour
Mhm.
of the show this morning, and I just can't get over that tour I got to take. How
Right.
privileged I was. Taylor and I and Baden, we all went out to the new courthouse, and we got to tour everything. You just couldn't get a better tour guide.
It's impressive.
And it's so impressive. I mean, I had been under this misunderstanding, and I think I mentioned this to you because you're the one that told me it was like 3 times the size of the new courthouse.
big, yeah.
The old courthouse,
It's
I mean.
big.
But I guess I was just looking at the front of the old courthouse. And the other day I had more of a side view of it. I'm like, oh man, that thing, no wonder. I can see now that it's 3 times bigger. It just didn't make that
Go
initial
around the
impression
back,
to me.
Go around the back of the
Well,
building.
it's up on the hill for one thing,
yeah.
and it goes back more than out. It's longer than it is at the front. I mean, which I just love the way that the security is set up. I think the people of Chilton County are going to be served well by that building for a long time.
Well, I think the former commission, the public building authority, and all that. I think they did a good job planning for it, keeping everything on that first floor when you walk in. The regular anything that you would normally need in your daily life from a courthouse is accessible on that one level. So
Right.
all like your inner workings like 911 and all that stuff is downstairs. You
Right.
typically
Right
don't
in
need
the
to go down
basement.
to 911, right?
No,
Yeah,
not
it's kind of in the
typically. That's
basement.
right.
And then court is upstairs, and they had to build it with the new courtrooms, or the addition for the new courts. And then but the main thing is that consumer convenience,
Which is going to be awesome for elderly, disabled, anything like that.
yeah.
If they just need to go in and do their day-to-day probate, all the things,
Mhm.
just right there,
Exactly.
no
It is-
stairs.
It is so nice, and then I almost forgotten it. Commissioner Childress was also there. He was doing something more along the punch list, but he hung around with us for a little while. He didn't get. I don't think he went through the whole thing with us, but Al and I are old friends. We graduated high school the same year, not the same school, but we knew each other very well back then, and so it was great to see him. But anyway, so we got all that tour, but the security, Roger, is what I was so impressed with.
Yeah.
Which was the way that, and I don't even know what to call it, where you said, like, I mean, you just said you walk in the front door and everything that you normally need, car tags, property taxes, probate, I don't know what all is on the first floor.
Yeah, circuit clerk.
Clerk, right. All that is all on that first floor, which is wonderful. You just go that way, whatever. But where you all work and where the sheriff's department is and the administrators there, it's all in a secure location, and which is the way it should be. Unfortunately, I have to do that.
Yeah.
Protect them, but also just the fact that it is aesthetically just a beautiful building. I was just telling Heather about my brother, excuse me, as a landscaper, and I've got to get him out there and let him see that landscaping. That is the prettiest. I mean, y'all to be commended for all that work. I mean it.
Well,
I mean, it looks the part. To be the part, you gotta look the part.
Well, and I tell you, most of the thanks for that. Now I know Commissioner Bone and Commissioner Williams and Headley. They were there during the last.
They've been there a
administration.
while. That's
and
right.
Commissioner Childress has really took a lead coming over from some of his city duties before he was elected. Had a lot to play with that. The former commission with Parnell and Hardy and some of the others that played an integral role in the development of the courthouse. They're really where the thanks starts. It was their vision, their dream that they put feet to this thing.
True.
And we're just reaping the benefits of it, and the citizens are going to be the biggest.
Well, you had to
beneficiary
carry
of
it out.
Yeah, we followed through with their.
Your
with their
team
goals.
has had to carry it out. This current commission has had to carry out those plans that were made, and I bet it was even in development some degree before that.
Well, yeah,
Been
not
talking about
everything.
it, been talking about it for a while.
Yeah, when you see something come up, a building come up, it wasn't just thought of yesterday. There needs to be a plan for.
There are
some stuff.
several businesses that I think I could disagree with you on.
Yeah, well, that may be
Just got
true.
thrown up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was not there yesterday.
might be. But
Yeah.
so what changes are going to be made besides the idea of you got to close, you got to move everything. It's not something, again, like you said, you can't snap your fingers. But that's a week that you're going to be closed. Is that right?
Right. Yeah, that's the week
So
that they're going to be closed.
How you handle,
What if
people
there's
who are
like an
late-
emergency
late
situation?
fees
well,
or
now
whatever?
just because the courthouse is closed doesn't mean the services are.
Okay. So online
yeah, right.
options.
Like that. You still have online. Sheriff's department's still around. They're still running.
They're already out there, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Or at least a couple of them are.
So you're
one
not
or
going
two
to
are.
lose all those services.
Okay.
There may be some downtime, and I haven't been fully informed on how they're going to operate as far as like car tags that week or something like that. So we're trying to get the word out that this is the plan. So make your plan accordingly.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
As far as that goes.
Well, again, I was just in. I don't think I mentioned this to you. I don't think you were here, but I did not realize the car tags were all laminated. The numbers and all that. It looked like it's painted onto the tag, but it's not. It's a laminate. It's like a print, and they just lay it over this tag and seal it on there. Well, I've never had it happen before, but the tag on my truck began to peel off,
Oh,
and I was like, "Well, what is that?" And I
That's gotta
started
be
peeling
those
back.
new
and
tags.
I was
Yeah,
pulling it
must
back,
be.
and I'm like, "Well, the whole thing is coming
I was
off."
like, it's
know?
metal. What are you
There's
doing?
nothing
China
underneath there.
tag.
I thought it was made
Who
in.
makes those things?
I was made
Did
in
you get that off
Donaldson,
Shein?
or some prison down there, But anyway, I went. The reason I told that story is I went into the tag office,
Right.
and the lady, I told her, and she said, "Yeah, it does happen. It doesn't happen much." And I said, "Well, I've never had it happen." And so she got me another tag, and it was and even lent me a screwdriver. I can't believe I didn't have one, but I didn't have one. But she lent it to me so I could be legal. But anyway, I have always had wonderful service in there, even when it's 60 people, line out the door.
So is the tag office moving? Because they were in a separate building.
Yeah, they're in a little
we're bringing
bank
everything
building.
together.
Yeah, everything goes together.
Everything goes in one
So
building.
the current location of the tag department will now become Chilton Transit, which is a county department. So Transit's
I did not
currently
know that.
located.
Now,
whatever
my
road that is,
husband
it's
just
on-
made an
Is it
appointment to
Airport
get
Road?
his.
No, that's just your
Enterprise
shop.
Road.
Oh, Enterprise Road.
Yeah,
Okay.
Enterprise Road.
My husband just made an appointment to get a star ID in June, and I don't remember if it was like the second there. I just bumped out. Does online know that y'all are closed?
Look, you
I'm
get me
gonna
answering
I'm
questions.
gonna have
I
to
don't know.
double check with
Uh-oh.
him.
Yeah, double check.
Sorry.
Star ID's pretty.
Shane,
easy
if you're
though.
watching, change that
Sorry,
appointment.
Roger. I didn't think it was going to be this way.
Well, that's
I know
fine,
she was
but
gonna
like the
turn
transit,
angry on you.
But the transit department will move out there, and we'll
Okay.
have to remodel that and put that transit out there, which will end up saving I want to say it'll save the county 30-some thousand a year.
What is the transit? What are you talking about? The bus
Chilton
drivers?
Transit.
Yeah.
Chilton Tranit's it's a
Service?
government service. It's
Yeah.
a county operated
As soon as I
service.
said that, I
Yeah,
remember what it
buses.
was.
A lot of we have
Emergency
huge
management, they're
participation
out there
on
with
that.
them, right? Or work.
Well, yeah. Well, now emergency management's on Airport Road.
I'm talking about the one on Enterprise. What is that? The
That's the transit. They're out with the senior center, the current
senior
senior
center.
center.
I thought that heard the word emergency.
Which
in
it
there.
end up
Sorry.
being, the city's gonna move that. I think the city and the board worked out a deal. They're supposed to.
Oh, that's going to be part of the
raising that
one
Adair.
there at
Yes,
Adair.
mhm.
That's right. We had
Yeah, got a lot of development going on.
we had Superintendent Clements on last week. He told us
Oh,
about
okay.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure did. Matter of fact,
That's awesome.
I'm
That's
glad
awesome.
that it is awesome. It is awesome. But I was just talking about the courthouse in general as far as how aesthetically pleasing and practical it was. I wasn't trying to just heap kudos on you personally or your
Yeah,
commission
not me.
because I know it is a team effort but hey, still got to have leaders though. So that's where you guys are coming in
Moving
today.
us in the right direction.
And
Well, we just-
keeping it going.
Yeah, we just try to retain that vision that was given to us.
There you go.
and
That's
that
that's
plan.
even better way
like
to
it.
describe it for sure. But we were talking last time, and you mentioned about potholes, and
Oh, we can
Uh,
talk about plenty of potholes.
I had a friend of mine is Jonathan Varden. He's the mayor of Jemison.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know Jonathan, I'm sure. And he said that, this road I live on is County Road 153. You might want to make a note of that just in case you want to get this.
I got
get
a
that-
pen, don't worry.
Get that paved. No,
It's got some glitter on it.
Thanks,
Road
Roger. Thanks, Roger. We'll give you free time on here anytime. But anyway, County Road 153, St. Paul Loop out there in North Jemison. And just like anything, any road, you have a few spots, here and there. But the city had been putting just this black, I guess they call it just a temporary asphalt or whatever, But for some reason, Jonathan said that he got with one of you guys or something, one of the commissioners or something, and worked it out where y'all would come patch it with.
Pothole patcher.
Yeah, and it is,
Is that
so
not the
much.
same thing?
No, it's not.
No,
It
it's a
is.
little bit
Okay.
different,
It's got
a little bit different.
gravel.
Okay, so it's
and,
the loose rocks almost
unfortunately,
versus.
you kind of get a lot of complaints out of the pothole patcher. The pothole patcher
Because
will
of the
work in
rocks.
certain, but it's the loose rock.
or the gravel. I mean, there's
It's
just a
on
little
the top.
tiny rock. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything.
Yeah.
Y'all tried saying
But I was
Probably cheaper.
I have noticed that. Well, of course, I guess the storms will be the test, right? The true test.
Right.
But I know that's nothing's going to last forever. But I just have noticed it is so much better than it was, and so I give you guys credit for working with the city to
Right.
figure that out. And y'all charged him a rate. I forget what he said, but he thought it was very reasonable, which I don't know how that works. I'm not familiar with it, but I thought you'd want to hear that he was very complimentary of
Well,
you guys
I
working with
appreciate
him,
that.
and he said the price was reasonable, and it sounded like he might want to use y'all again if,
Well,
if,
I'll pass
if
that
you're
along.
available.
Yeah, well, I'll
pass
pass that along because our road department. If you get online, everybody complains about the road.
Oh,
I
yeah.
will tell you this: we kind of jest about writing your road number down, and we kind of make that a kind of a jestful. Oh, let me write this road down.
Yeah.
So one thing that I have noticed is a lot of people will complain about their road, and they only complain about their road online. But if the only way to get anything done is to let us know.
Oh, that's right.
I'm gonna need you to hold this.
There's a
You got a couple.
I got a
there's
few more.
a form online that you can go in for road complaint and file those road complaints, and then they get sent and they kind of get triaged out by the road department. Or if you call your commissioner, call me. I take a lot of them, or call any of them and give them the road complaint. What's going on? Some things can be fixed relatively quickly inside the current budget, as far as getting your road on like a quote paving list or on the radar is what I call it, getting on the radar to get it paved.
Yeah.
All the commissioners basically put those roads together that we get complaints on, and we stack them. And if one's on there multiple times from people from other commissioners, some of it takes priority. So if you complain about your road on nothing but Facebook, that's as far as it's ever going to get. So if you would just reach out and let us know.
Right.
You can ask my wife. We take a lot of road trips around the county, looking at roads, looking to see what, pipe here or some of the cracking on the edges or something that we might can get on next year's budget before the budgeting season comes up. So, just got to let us know what's going on.
Well, Jerry Wayne Bolton says that you are the man with the plan.
Well, I've got a plan.
It counts.
And he didn't say what the plan involved.
He did not go any further than that. I want to give him credit for that.
I appreciate that.
It's kind of elusive. I like it.
It's kind of vague. But yeah, plans are important. I know a lot of real quick. I know we're probably pushed toward a break, but a lot of the citizens.
No, we got plenty of time. You just go right ahead.
They've probably seen some of our meetings here lately, and there's been a lot going on, like at the 212 area, with some of the land
Exit
that we
212
own.
there.
Yeah, the exit
Lay
212.
down, right from up from the new courthouse.
Right. The city has over 500 acres up that way. We got 10. But you also have a lot of landowners that are moving some dirt, moving and developing things. And there's been a lot of talk about what we are going to do with our property. And we're cleaning it up, making it more aesthetically pleasing. So there's been a lot of talk about fairgrounds or exhibition halls or, what you can do. The first thing you always do with that is, well, we need a plan on what we're going to do with it. And then you got to figure out how you're going to fund it. Where's that money come from? What does that look like? What does that entail? What do we got to pay for already? We're paying for a courthouse.
Yep.
We also have other projects that's going to come up. So we do have a special work session that's going to be held in June for all the commissioners, kind of go over all these things and kind of spitball the ideas and pros and cons of things to try to make that plan, because you can't have all 7 of us just having some pie in the sky ideas and putting them out there, and then everybody's on their own trying to do something.
Exactly.
Nothing ever gets done like that. So we're going to try to all get together and come up with some kind of roadmap and figure out how to get to where we want to be. Just like I talked about last month about governing for 10 years from now.
Absolutely.
Trying to look into the future and make decisions that we got to live with, 10, 20 years from now.
Well, I think I was trying to run with that when I was talking about how it was past commissions rather, that had been and played a part in the new courthouse. And of course, you said that too. But I was just thinking, and when you talk about the road, you see your wife is
That's
saying
my wife,
that y'all make a lot of road trips.
Yeah, she wants everybody to complain about roads at the beach so we can go check those out. That's what she's wanting.
I lived down there
beaches
for
of,
about 2 years.
Lake
I can give y'all some
Manuki out there.
ideas.
Oh, yeah, it's the beach or the mountains. That's where, most road complaints that she wants us to take to go check out. It's probably in Gatlinburg or something.
I remember, Roger, I was a claims director for the third-party administrator that handled claims for county governments.
Right.
So I would talk with Terry Hinton or
He's still HR director.
yeah. I would still
yeah.
talk with him or Miss Sylvia Singleton.
Yeah, she's
But
great.
then occasionally I would call and I would talk with Renee or maybe is it Heath? Is that the
Heath
engineer?
Sexton is the engineer.
Right. I
Yes,
talked to
sir.
him a time or two, but we'd talk about roads because people sometimes people get their cars damaged.
Well, that's true.
And
That's true.
unfortunately, you can't be responsible for a road that you're not aware that there's a problem.
Correct. I tell you what, our road department, I will give them a lot of kudos. So if there's a safety issue that gets called in by somebody or a commissioner, they
Right.
act immediate on that, like a stop sign's down or something. They have to go then and replace that. So I have learned that. So what did you
Says our 7-year-old
You fixed
says, Daddy needs to fix these roads that we weren't in Chilton County.
Yeah, city problem. I've found city problem is a great answer. That's in the city.
That's city limits.
Ah.
Call city.
Well, I've told you about our road. It is, you know, I'm glad you did write that road. number
Yeah, all right.
down.
Look, everybody thinks that don't go anywhere, but it does. We actually do a lot.
I
of that
mean,
stuff.
the road is fine. I'm not complaining. The only thing about this road is it was a loop at one time. It was called St. Paul Loop.
Okay.
But at some point, there's about a quarter of a mile, maybe a little more, of paved roads that don't connect. The dirt road is now washed away. It's basically impassable. And when I talk to my contacts at the city of Jemison, I have heard, well, that is county issue. When I talked to, this is years ago, I talked to the county, guess what they told me?
City issue.
It's a city issue. It's right there where the Jefferson City, I guess, ends and the county responsibility kind of picks up.
Sure.
I don't know. You know, it's the old joke about, I know Hank Jr. has got a song. He says how does he say? The state's against the feds, the county's against the state, the city's against the county, but the highway still ain't paid.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, it's just a little joke.
That's right. Well, I would, you know, and that's one thing about the revenue generation, the development along the interstate, and the more things we get here, revenue overall affects a lot of things. Road department and
Sure.
sheriff's department are two of your biggest budgets that
I
we have.
bet.
And roads under the current budget. So we have probably over like 900 miles of county maintained roads,
900 miles.
I believe, and about the same.
It's like here to
on-
Chicago.
Yeah, and
That's
the
crazy.
same on county maintained dirt roads.
Right.
Then we have over 200 non-county maintained roads that we have no idea how many miles they are because we don't do work on non-maintained
I see the
roads.
sign that says not county maintained.
Right. So those are like they're not county maintained. So
Right.
but on the county maintained and all that, if we just took the paved portion, what's paved now, under our current budgeting, it would take us 37 years if we started today to redo every one of them. So we have a limited fund on that, and it's our responsibility. And every year when we go to budget, is to find out where some of the waste is. What can we cut here? What can we do here to generate more revenue for another department to maybe make it more efficient? You know, one of my long-term plans is to have the road department hopefully double the amount of road paving they do in a year. Well, that takes more
Double the
crews,
money.
more money. So where do you find that? One thing that me and Commissioner Bone did was we set out trying to make the parks department stand on its own and use less of any kind of allocation money. Last year, we were able to cut the allocation cost that the park had to use to cover its expenses by over $80,000. So that $80,000 then can get transferred to another department that may need it to may fund that crew to be able to pave other roads or
Right.
bring other things here.
Sure.
So it's really a big dance that we go through that.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Mhm.
I know you doesn't, and I am not complaining. There's no one lives on that section. The issue is the reason it comes up as an issue to us, Roger, sometimes is because of there have been at least 2 occasions that I have been outside and seen ambulances have to turn around because they
Yes.
they took the wrong loop,
Yeah.
part of the loop to get to where they needed to go.
Mhm.
So that means somebody's having an emergency. They got to wait another 3 or 4 minutes, which could be crucial.
It is, and you say that, and I didn't, when we talked subdivision regulations, talked road paving and all
Right,
this.
right.
One thing that I did not know that I had to learn when I first came into office was looking at road condition affects a lot of the routing of an ambulance to push drugs or start IVs when they're.
Oh yeah.
I had never really taken that into consideration. So some of our roads, you'll see, most of our roads will be double chip sealed road if we use our own labor. They're a double chip seal road. It's a really good road. the strength of that comes from the base, but you also have like high traffic roads, like 7 that we have on the list.
Well, we were
that
talking
redone,
about
and 16.
County Road 30. You're working
30,
on that right
30
now.
will be double chip seal
Right.
road.
The one side is, I guess, done. And you're working on the other
It
side
is,
now.
Yeah.
Off of
it's getting
37,
finished
I
up.
mean.
Next couple
Right.
months, 30 will be completed.
Right.
And then most of our stuff will be double chip seal, but you got like 23, your main high collectors, 16, stuff like that is asphalt. And we use forced contract work, which is bid out.
Right.
But I didn't realize that goes in some of the account for these ambulance services running those roads. It's important to try to keep your roads maintained and keep them up because of that condition to get those.
Same. I
rescue
feel like
cars
that's
down.
across the board. I mean, officers, firefighters. If you have an emergency vehicle, something that like a fire truck running that fast and hitting a pothole that fast,
Yeah,
that's an expensive wreck.
it
Well, you're
is.
talking about just being able to hook
And
somebody
just
up.
being
Just
able
trying
to
to
hook
do-
somebody
or
up.
whatever they might
Yeah, I
need.
never really
I didn't
realized
think about that.
Mhm.
I've never thought about that either. That's
Yeah.
pretty amazing. A lot goes into it. A lot more than
It is.
meets the eye.
It's a
How's
lot
that?
more to it. It's easy to throw out what ifs and what I could do, and I was one of those too. You know, everything looks real simple till you get involved in it. You know,
Right.
but we work on solutions. We're trying to get the solutions.
Well, I want to tell Miss Crystal that you tell your 7-year-old that
He's
his
working on
daddy's
it.
doing, or
Yeah, we're working on
is
it.
it he or she?
James Luke, yeah,
that his
Luke.
daddy is doing a good job, and we're very pleased with him. You always gonna find some naysayer. I think Alan says that quite a bit. You
Yeah.
know, I read his articles, but you guys doing a good job.
Well, what's funny is, so my son, James Luke, he still doesn't understand why we're not in the White House. So once I was elected, he was like, "Are we moving? Is it moving to the White House?" I'm like, not yet. Not got there yet.
Just give me time. Give me time.
Right.
Got a little growth.
Let's get you to the 5th grade, and then we'll talk. You know. Oh, but no, we're really glad to have you, Roger. Appreciate you coming on and taking our questions, whatever they are,
Right.
and
Yeah.
handle them,
Yeah. We'll take them.
and realize that we just want the best for our county too. You know,
We
and
do.
we appreciate the fact that people like you step up and accept the role of leadership, because I know it's not always appreciated by everybody, but at the same time, I know I've told others I'm very impressed with you and your desire to serve.
Thank you.
And it's obvious, and I wish you the very best. And hey, when you have that grand opening ceremony, maybe we can.
Oh yeah. 'Cause
Maybe
I
we
didn't
maybe
get to
we
be
can
part
get-
of the tour, and you didn't either, right?
I haven't actually been through the new courthouse.
Yeah, I
several
mentioned that to you the other
months.
day, and you said you hadn't been through there, and I'm like, wow.
I kind of stayed in my lane.
Right.
Yeah.
She said, no, we're not moving to the White
We
House.
went moving to the White House.
Not yet, he said. So I think he has ambitions. But anyway, we do appreciate you for serving and for coming in, especially and
you.
talking with our listeners and our viewers. And
Well, thank you for the opportunity to do that.
no, you come back now, won't you?
Yeah, we're supposed to do it the last Wednesday of every month.
Okay, excellent.
To give
excellent.
a commission update. And,
You know, I just work here. I don't necessarily know what's going on.
That's right.
So we will be right back. It is 8:32 here on Piper Peach Radio with Heather and Mike. Morning Mayhem.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you. Whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss, Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077 or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
All right, 8:35 back here on Piper Peach Radio, the Morning Mayhem. You got Mike and Heather. How's it going so far?
It was good. I think I'm pretty sure you just threatened to throw me to the wolves, and
Oh, I know, but it was just a
it was in good fun.
intimidation factor. I was just gonna say, how would she react if I said, "Hey, it's you've got to run it from here"? I don't know what I've run out of things to say, which of course would be a lie. I've always got something to say. Hey, Ricky is watching this morning. Good morning, Rick. Glad to see you. I've already talked about my friend Jerry Wayne Bolton.
Saw Taylor.
Yep,
Hey,
Taylor said hello to you. She's like, hey. And I
girl,
saw my friend
hey.
Belinda. Hopefully she's still on. But we just had Roger Perkins on, Chilton County Commissioner. And I don't know, Heather, I think that guy is, he's a sharp fella, and he is really doing a good job for us on this commission.
Like a go-getter, which is, I feel, important.
Well,
Somebody's going to get something done.
he seems extremely humble,
Yes.
which is to me is the key to being a good servant, is to be willing to, even though you might be right about something. I mean, he could have probably pounded me on some of these questions I was asking him, but he didn't. He was like, okay, about your road. Let me explain your road. It's money and time and priority. Well, there's nobody that lives on that part of that road that I was talking about. They might if it was finished, but there's, it's not that far. It's not that big a deal. It's just we've had a couple ambulances, I said, had to get turned around. But I appreciate him coming on and taking our questions and providing us and the citizens here of the county with an update.
I didn't know about the online forum for the roads, so that was super helpful.
That was worth it right there,
Yeah.
wasn't it? I mean, I worked, like I said, for a third-party administrator. It was basically, we were the claims department for the county governments, and we adjusted their claims, like if they had a storm come through and damage some of their buildings, or a lot of times, more likely, you would have a claim on the road. Somebody would hit the pothole, and they would say, you tore
Black
up my
tie.
car. I had to have a new rim because of the pothole. The law is that if the county doesn't have prior notice that there's a problem with the road, they're not responsible.
I did
Think
not
about-
know that either.
Think about them, the commission, having almost 1,000 miles of roads that they're responsible for. There is no way they could know the condition of every inch of those roads. So they depend on us, the citizens, to say, hey, there's a problem on, whatever road, 153. And I've never had to do that because they're on top of it. But it's just like anything. The reason I brought up about the patching in the city of Jemison was the
That's new, isn't
stuff they were using. Well, the collaboration, you
Yeah.
mean, between the two?
Yeah.
It was the first time I heard about it.
Okay.
And it was the first time I'd ever seen these types of patches on our city road. Even though it's a county road, at one time it was not in the city limits, but now it is. We're right at the end of it. That's why dispute between the county and the city. I always think of Hank's Jr. song, and I just laugh. He says, they're against each other, and my highway still ain't paved. But the good news is that I think we have a very conscientious commission working for our benefit, and then you can tell a lot's going on with the new courthouse and these announcements. And he didn't go into it, but there's a lot of speculation about what's going to be going in at the interstate out there. Now that the new courthouse is there.
I'm going to guess that it's going to be something obviously community related, but he threw out that center. What do you call it? An exhibition center?
Yep. They said they have 10 acres out there.
Yeah.
And a lot of times,
like
that could be more of a city thing than a county,
There's Crystal again.
What'd she say? He gets calls at all hours. People
Walked up us at dinners and ball games.
Yeah.
That's the worst. I'm sorry.
Yeah, a servant heart. That's what I called it. He wants to help and hear all people's issues. So,
and he probably just takes
I was
it
impressed. He wrote my road number down. I did not mean to sound like a complaint, but it was like, look, we have had this happen. 3 or 4 minutes, Heather, an emergency could be life or death. And I just hate for that to happen. I mean, I actually had an ambulance driver say, "Hey, I'm looking for this," and I said, "Man, it's on the other side. You got to go down. You got to go 3 minutes this way, a minute this way, and then 3 minutes back down. So it's more than 2 or 3 minutes."
And that might just be a GPS problem. When we first moved into our house over in Thorsby, Google Maps would take you off to East Buda, and you would not be at my house, which is bad for the Amazon driver. He needs help. He needs to get to the house.
Well, we've had our pastor get stuck on that road because they took the GPS. And I've learned now to tell people if they come into our house to make sure that they are turning at the church. There's a church on one end of the loop, the other end of the loop is not a church.
Submit address change to Google.
I don't know what
I didn't know how to do it.
Oh,
either.
you mean how to get to the house, our house?
The house location, anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
I wondered how they made those changes, actually. I've thought of that.
I had to do it for our house.
A time or two. But pizza delivery, and my father-in-law, when he was alive, he had a tractor. He'd just crank it up. And I remember somebody calling me, the pastor, and she said, I can't. I'm stuck.
Oh, good.
I came down this road, and she's like, "Yo, y'all really have a rough road." And I'm like, "Well, it's not really our road."
Here comes the tractor cavalry.
I would call my father-in-law, and by the time I got to his house, he's already waiting on me with the tractor. But for some reason, he always wanted me to crawl up under there and hook it up. I don't know. I thought he should do it since it was his tractor. But anyway, I learned how to do that. But we got folks out. But that's minor stuff. But the ambulance is a little more serious. But hey, these guys come out and they do a great job. And hey, just to have to go through. I mean, it's like Crystal Perkins says here that people come up to them and talk to them at dinner when they're out eating or at a ball game, and I guess it comes with the territory, as the saying
job
goes.
Never ends.
Yeah, exactly. But you got to be willing to serve like that, and I think all those guys are. I mean, Joe Headley, he and I went to school together. He's been on there probably 20 plus years, I would say at least. So he's a business owner here in Clanton and Chilton County. So he's been serving for a long time. Alan Williams is the head of the commission. So anyway, it's I hate to say thankless job because we just thanked them, and we'll keep that up. But
I feel like it's a hot and cold job. You've got people that support you and then people that do not.
Hey, I got some business news I wanted to talk about. Have you ever heard of Judson College?
Yes.
Over in Perry County?
Yes.
Over in Marion?
Marion.
Marion Institute. You've probably heard of that. Well, this was a all-female college or all-women's college, basically across the street, whatever highway that is, going through Marion. But they have they're getting new life on this campus. They went out of they closed down in 2021. Their enrollment. I guess they had no endowment or not enough of an endowment. I don't know how.
No, okay. I remember this being a big to-do back when.
When they
it was right after
closed?
COVID.
That's right. It was 2021.
Or during COVID.
During COVID, it was.
So that probably didn't help it at all.
And I didn't realize, because I've only seen like the gate. I don't think I've ever been inside. I know lots of women that went to school there, and maybe played sports or
There's
just
a high school right beside it, Matt.
okay.
It might be Marion.
Well, it's probably Perry County High School. I don't know
It
what
was a
the,
small one.
yeah. Okay, but anyway, there's this company called Callan J&B. They're called a Texas-based logistics company, which I think logistics is like trucking, moving things. But I don't know, it could be anything. But they are investing in this project to use the campus. And in other words, the campus has just been sitting there for 5 years, basically deteriorating, I guess. I don't know. But they are going to transform it into a multi-use campus for international and domestic companies. And what they're trying to do is, all right, Judson College was founded in 1838.
It's
Now,
all back there.
That's about 190 years ago almost, So anyway, they are adapting this site, and they're going to have laboratories, warehousing, and it says full cold chain capacity, which makes me think of transportation, that they're going to have freezers and refrigerators,
Okay.
The kind of stuff that they could keep. They could keep whatever goods
It sounds like.
they have
Yeah.
on their truck. They could keep it, so they could move it.
What with the laboratories?
wherever
Is
they're
it going to be a
going.
research facility?
Well, it does say that they will do some research and they're going to offer it to companies outside of the country. It's considered a foreign trade zone, subzone, which just by the terms of the government opens up opportunities for some of these companies to come in, do some research or take advantage of our research, if you will. But anyway, it's the idea that what they're really trying to do is trying to develop this, Heather, into a pharmaceutical
Okay.
emphasized, because during COVID we realized that
Yeah.
having 90% of our drugs made overseas is not a good idea.
It's not helping us.
So we're trying to bring some of that back. So anyway, it's something though that doesn't mention the dollar amount, or at least I don't remember seeing a dollar amount in here. But the project could create, in the best case scenario,
Yeah.
over 300 jobs.
Right
and I
here
guarantee you,
in-
Perry County
oh.
could use every one of those jobs.
Oh, yes.
So anyway, well, look, it is 8:46, almost 8:47 here on Piper Peach Radio, Morning Mayhem with Heather and Mike. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors. Stick around.
Need reliable towing or diesel repair? MEMS Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust MEMS Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
Hey, we're back here on Piper Beach Radio. It's 8:49. You know, you have just about made it through 2 hours and survived me. Because I think it's me. I think people don't like to be on the show with me.
I don't know why.
I'm just kidding.
You are pleasant. Don't you let anyone tell you otherwise.
I'm just kidding. I'm glad that you're here and I hope you're having a good time. I appreciate you stepping in when we needed you, where we needed you. Like I said, that like you didn't expect that, did you?
No, we were right
Did you get the call this morning, or was it last
No.
night? Oh,
At 3:45 yesterday, before I went home, Baden
Okay.
was like, "Hey, you want to do the show tomorrow?"
yeah. Well, I'm glad.
Sure.
I'm glad that you wanted to. We were just talking about Justin College in Marion, Perry County, and you said the high school was right next to it, or some school was next to
Yeah.
it. And Crystal Perkins wrote and said that Roger Perkins, who was our guest a few minutes ago, that his dad was just awarded Distinguished Alumni of the Year from Perry County High School. So congratulations, Mr. Perkins. That is obviously you're doing something right, or have done something right. So congratulations, sir. But speaking of saving the day, I don't know if you saw this story. It happened last week up in Ohio. Sparkman is a city, I think, outside of Huntsville. Sparkman, I've heard of it. I know they have a very large school up there. They're one of the largest schools in the state, but they're not. I don't think they're Huntsville City. So I should have looked this up, y'all. I apologize, but they had a band competition that was going up on in Dayton, Ohio. Okay, so they were on the way, but they were about an hour out. And the semi truck that was filled with their percussion equipment. You know what that is?
Semi truck, yes.
It's the drums, right?
Yeah.
Percussion. Make sure.
The xylophones and
Whatever, right?
Yeah.
Their equipment broke down on the side of the highway. It was 6 a.m. and they were scheduled to perform at 10 a.m. Okay.
we're not gonna make it.
So that's right. We're not going to make it.
We're
We're
in a
not going to
jam.
make it. But there was, let's see here. It says that the band director, or band dad rather, excuse me, let me give Jeremy Tourville, and then the Sparkman percussion director, Pearson Gilreath, that they were determined to make the competition. So they started making calls to, there's apparently, which there is here in Alabama, an emergency travel hotline, highway roadside assistance. In other words,
It's like AAA.
well, yeah, but
Okay.
here's the thing.
But I don't think they do semis.
What they're doing is they're making contacts with people,
Okay.
right? And so even if you were let's say that you work for this travel hotline, and they said, we need this, and you happen to know someone who had a towing business or something, you could probably say, hey, call my friend Johnny. He can help you. In other words, I don't know how many times this happened to me, Heather, and probably happened to you too, but you in a situation, you're not sure what to do, you start talking about it to somebody, and somebody says, oh, I know something. Or maybe, let me ask this person, and they know something, and then they know, and it just, and
So it's
finally,
butterfly effect.
the butterfly effect, and you get it all resolved. So Mr. Gilreath said he was waiting at these headquarters. He was pacing around, making calls. He said he wasn't panicking, so that's good. So that's when it's called Schaefer's Towing and Delhi Towing in Cincinnati said they stepped in. The tow truck driver was a fellow band dad named Winter Crowfoot. Now, Mr. Crowfoot says that he heard about it from another parent who saw this breakdown with the Sparkman. See, here's a picture of it. It's got the Sparkman band, and it talks about where they, and it's like, I don't know if this guy, because he's a band dad himself, if he knew about the competition, because Cincinnati and Dayton are probably an hour and a half maybe apart.
Yeah, but I imagine a band competition where you've got out of state schools coming in, people know about it.
Well, certainly a band
Yeah.
dad would
Oh,
know,
yeah.
right? Or at least you would think he would, and he did know. So he just comes in and they didn't just provide the band with the service. I mean, they gave him a gift. They didn't ask for any payment. It said all they asked for was that they would show support for their band, their local high school band called the Oak Hills Band. And of course, they being the Sparkman High School band. They were extremely grateful. They began to put it out through their website, the Sparkman website, to help the Oak Hills High School Band Association, and just thousands of dollars have been donated because this person took a few minutes. Let's face it, he took a couple of hours. They were actually a little bit. They were about 20 minutes late, but as these competitions go, if you've ever been to anything, it's hard for them to stay on schedule. Everybody gets off schedule.
They're running behind anyway.
Exactly. They're running behind anyway. And that's exactly apparently what happened. And the good Lord was watching out for them. And they made their competition. They got, there was no problem. And they wouldn't let them pay them. The guy from Cincinnati would not let them pay him. They offered to pay him. No, my kids have been in this situation. I wanted them to experience the same thing. And our daughter was part of the Jemison Blue Regiment band when she was in high school. She was on the dance team, but she plays the violin, and so
I saw those videos.
Okay,
she was really good,
and she played at halftime during her junior year. She played Cotton Eye Joe and maybe something else.
Okay,
but I don't remember. But it was really good. But I can just imagine being both the beneficiary of and the person giving such a boost to somebody who needed it. Those kids would have. I don't know. Spartan being a large school, I'm just speculating here that they probably got 25 or 30 percussionists in their band, if not more, because they'd be a big band. I'm sure they would be. This was a tractor just with the percussion, and not the other instruments, just percussion. But I don't know. I just thought that was a great. I call it, I guess, the old adage is a feel good story. Well, it made me feel good to read it and say, Mr. Crowfoot, my hat's off to you. And
it seems like they got lucky with some small town kindness far from home.
Well, Cincinnati is not a small town.
No,
it is a big city.
But they got the small town kindness.
Exactly. They did. You did say that. I apologize. I wasn't trying to correct you, but Cincinnati is a big city.
Oh, no, I don't know. Geography is not my strong suit,
well,
so you would not have been wrong.
It's right on the Ohio River, just north of the Ohio River, and just south is Kentucky.
Okay.
I forget they have a race up there. What that is, it's not Hampton, but something like that. It's just across the line there in Kentucky. But anyway, great story there. Thanks again for helping those kids out and keeping their dreams alive and not letting it become a problem. Now, it doesn't say how the school did in the competition.
But at that point,
it doesn't even matter, right?
They got to be in it.
They were there.
Yes,
they were there. And they went on instead of it at and I said 10, but that's on Eastern time up there. They had to be on at 11, but they got on at 11:20, and and the man said if it had been a half hour difference, we would have missed it.
Oh yeah.
But it was right there at the perfect time, and they made it. I mean, it just about
right on the line.
Chokes me up, even though, like I said, I'm not a band player, but my daughter was, and I know how important it was to her and her friends, to be able to compete.
Oh yeah, the memories are the most important part.
Yeah, that's true. It definitely is. All right, I don't know which one of this I'm going to go with. Look at these headlines, and
all right,
why don't you handle these and just talk about these? See which one you want to talk about.
See.
So you see, we got about 2 minutes,
Ooh.
so they're kind of similar, but.
I'm going to go with this one because this is all over the internet right now. If you get on TikTok, you see a story like this.
That one?
Yes.
You going to read that one?
I'm going to go with this one.
All right, this is Dear Annie. Tell her what Dear Annie.
Here's our headline. I feel unseen carrying the mental load in my marriage. Dear Annie, my husband is a wonderful man in many ways, but lately I feel more like a household manager than his wife. We both work full-time, yet somehow I'm the one remembering birthdays, scheduling appointments, keeping track of groceries, planning the family events, and noticing when something around the house needs to be done. If I ask for help, he usually does it, but after I bring it up. He says I should just tell him what I need. But I'm tired of being the one that has to notice, that has to remember, and has to delegate everything. I do not think he means to be insensitive, but I'm starting to feel resentful and unseen. When I try to explain it, he says I'm overreacting or keeping score. I love my husband. I do not want to spend the rest of my life feeling like a family's unpaid project manager. How do I get him to understand that the mental load is real and I need a true partner, not just someone who waits for instructions? Signed, overextended and overwhelmed.
Overextended and overwhelmed. God, that could be my wife right now. I'm so sorry, baby. I'm horrible with it. She's so good with scheduling.
I feel it
And
does
I'm not.
always just fall to the wife. But I mean, I feel like that's just the way most marriages are structured.
Well, somebody has to do it. And
Yes.
yeah, I could see it would be better if everybody, took an even load of it. I don't know. I feel like, what'd you say earlier? I feel like I need more information. Is that
Yeah, I
what
need
you
more,
said
I need more
earlier?
context.
Context. That's it. That's what you said. But, it's just the kind of thing. I like your approach, though, Heather, is about the idea that there is.
I know
I
people
don't
get
know, it's
upset
not
about
perfect,
talking about
and-
gender roles, but like,
Yeah. I don't get upset talking about gender
no.
roles. Not at
But I
all.
also know that if my poor husband went to do something and it wasn't the way I do it, it's wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with him, but y'all pray for him.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Give me some help. But anyway, I just what is Annie? What's her advice?
All right, here's what Annie's advice is. Dear overextended.
Baden,
Baden.
get the camera. We got just a minute.
We're back.
We're
All
back.
right, dear overextended.
Back to close.
What you're carrying has a name and it's heavy. The mental load is not just doing chores, it is being the one who remembers the plans, anticipates, and keeps the whole train on the tracks. That kind of invisible labor can wear down on a person fast. Your husband may not mean to dismiss you, but intent is not to erase the impact. A marriage works best when both people share not only the task, but also the responsibility of noticing what needs to be done. You should not have to be the foreman of your own home. Pick a calm moment and speak plainly. Skip the long list of grievances and focus on the larger truth: you want more help. You want a partner who takes ownership. Sometimes people hear things better when they are simple and direct. If he still brushes it off, maybe counseling would translate the frustration you've been trying to say. Love is not pitching in when asked. It's caring enough to notice before you have to.
There you go. It is, and that just goes without saying. I think sometimes about marriages,
You just got to
it's
give them that honey-do
give and
list.
take. Well, that too.
Yeah.
I love to have a list so I can check it off as I go.
Oh, yeah.
I at work, I'm like, can you give me a list? You got stuff you want me to do? Give me a list. It'll help. But well, anyway, thank you, dear Annie, and hang in there. What was her name?
Overextended.
Overextended and overwhelmed. Hang in there and talk to your husband, and hopefully y'all can work it out. Well, just like Roger Perkins just wrote us, he said the light switch is off. I think that's something between he and his wife. Apparently, something about light switches.
No, the light switch on the camera went off.
Oh, that is. Oh, I thought he was talking about the light switch, about the
It's okay.
dear
I got
Annie,
you, Roger.
Well, listen, it's been great have you today. I appreciate you coming in. And,
Loved being here.
Look forward to working more with you in the future. Well, it's 9:03, folks. It is come to the end of Wednesday's program today here on Piper Beach Radio. You've been with Heather and Mike. Y'all have a great day.